Radicchio and gorgonzola risotto, a classic dish from the region of Veneto. With this risotto, I'm gonna take you all the way to Venice. Come on guys, let's make it together. Look how creamy, look how creamy, look at that cream there, look at that. Hi and welcome to Vincenzo's Plate, the place where you get to learn how to cook delicious Italian meals. This is a risotto done the right way, creamy without cream. Let's make it together. Come on! Ingredients for the risotto. We need carnaroli rice, 200 grams of carnaroli rice, the best rice to use for risotto. It's full of starches, it releases all the starch which it turns into cream. If you can't find carnaroli, you can use nano risotto, but these two rices are difficult to find everywhere. So if you cannot find them, you can use arborio rice, which is very easy to use. Then we need radicchio, okay? If you can't find radicchio, I'm sorry for you, but you can pick something else, okay? But radicchio is pretty easy to find. Then we need some gorgonzola, you can use as much as you want. We need 1 liter of vegetable stock. You don't have to use 1 liter, you might need to use less. We'll see how we go. 1 glass of white wine. It can be any white wine that you want. You don't want wine, that's fine. Don't use it. 1/4 of chopped onion, salt and pepper, and extra virgin olive oil. And at the end, we need to use 50 grams of butter and 4 to 5 tablespoons of pecorino cheese or Parmigiano cheese. It's up to you. Now let's cut the radicchio. I'm not here to show you how to cut. In fact, I don't care how you cut it because I care about the flavors, okay? So the flavors is what we want. So what we do here, we remove the bottom part, okay? And then here what we do, we can cut into strips. Okay, so we cut it, and then what we do, we want to basically have small pieces of radicchio, okay? Wow, that's a lot of radicchio, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to use all of it. Probably I can use half of this, but look how beautiful it is. Look how nice it is. Right, we're going to make risotto in the same pot, okay? So what I'm using here is a nice saucepan so that you can see what I'm doing, okay? Stainless steel. It's best actually to cook the risotto in a pot, you know, where it's a high, tall pot. Cooks better in there, but we're gonna use this, okay? This is what I'm doing now. I put extra virgin olive oil, about 4-5 tablespoons, okay? And make sure the pan is on a low heat, okay? Medium-low heat. We don't wanna cook this too fast. It needs to be gentle cooking. I'm gonna put the 1/4 of onion in there, and we're going to cook this onion for about 10 minutes on a low heat. So what we're going to achieve now is we want to get a beautiful caramelized onion, but you want the onion to become transparent, you know, to almost disappear. And that would be the kick that you put in the risotto. So when you have the risotto, you have the onion in there too, but you can't really see it because it looks like a piece of rice. Okay, see guys, when you get to this point, see, we've been cooking the onion nice and gently. When you get to this point, what we're going to do is, we're going to add the rice, okay? I've got 200 grams of rice, which is actually okay for about 3-4 people, but I'm making extra because I want to have some leftovers in the fridge. Now, we want to toss this rice for a few minutes, okay? Just toss. We want to keep stir to toss it. If you don't stir, you're gonna burn the rice, okay? The reason why it needs to be cooked gently is because we do not want to burn the rice. We just want the rice to make love with the pan and the onion. All right, after a few minutes, our rice is beautiful, toasted, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna add a glass of wine. I'm using Moscato, but you can use any other white wine, okay? And we're gonna put it in there. I'm gonna put the wine in there because the wine will give amazing flavor to the rice. It's such an important ingredient. The acidity of the wine is extremely, extremely important in this dish. If you don't want wine, that's okay, don't use it, just use stock. So what we do now is we want the wine to completely evaporate, okay? And again, look, I'm cooking this gentle. Can you see how gentle it's cooking? See, the rice is not rushed. Usually this type of rice takes between 16 and 20 minutes to cook. You always need to read the instruction on the packet. When do you start counting the moment it cooks? You start counting the cooking time from the moment you add the wine. So from the moment we put the wine in there, we start counting how long it's left. What I want to show you here, look at the starch the rice is already releasing. Look how creamy this is. Can you believe how creamy this is? This risotto is gonna be super creamy thanks to the rice, thanks to the good quality rice. Look at that. Look how creamy this already is. One more minute and then we are ready to add the stock. Look at that. It is so creamy, creamier than a carbonara. As you can see, the wine evaporated. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add a little bit of stock. Okay, just a little bit of stock, just enough to cover the rice, okay? This is a process where you basically need to keep stirring, okay? The risottatura, the risottare technique, it means you always need to be there with the rice and talk to the rice, okay? So don't cover too much, just put enough stock just to cover a little bit, okay? And now what we do, we stir, so every single rice will cook evenly. And this is what we do. Gently, we do this until the stock absorbs. We do not want to see a dry rice. We want to make sure the rice is always moist and we always have the stock in there to keep the rice moist, okay? Okay, as you can see here, the stock is disappearing. We don't want the rice to get stuck to the bottom, so I'm gonna add more stock, okay, and cover the rice, okay? Just a little bit at a time, not too much. A little bit at a time here, okay? And we'll keep cooking, and the rice will release more starches. We have about 12 more minutes to go. So here we got 5 minutes to go, okay? Basically now what we need to do is we are going to add half of the radicchio I cut because this will shrink, okay? This will cook. So let's put it in there. And then we use the rest to decorate our dish. So let's put again some stock. And now we have 5 more minutes to cook. Okay, don't go crazy with the stock, please, okay? Just make sure you have enough stock to cover everything, but you don't want too much. Now you got the radicchio in there, which is going to absorb the stock, okay? But you know, these 5 minutes, you will see the radicchio will change color. It will become like a gray color. The rice is growing very fast. So as you can see, we only had 200 grams and now it looks like we have 1 kilo of rice. Look how big this is. You can feed 4 people with this. 4 people. Keep stirring, gentle as always. Always gentle. And I'm gonna add a little bit more stock. I've got 3 minutes to go here, okay? 3 minutes to go. A little bit more stock, and we're almost ready to serve. It's Radicchio Risotto time! All right guys, our risotto is pretty much done. Look at this, look how creamy it is. Look at that, see? The starches. I haven't used all the stock. I've got still stock left in here, which is a good thing to be honest, because you can use another time, you know? But basically, the risotto now, it's ready. We just need to taste it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit to make sure the rice is nice and cooked. Perfectly cooked. It's al dente, just the way I want it. Now what we do is we switch off the pan, and we wait about 20 seconds before we add the butter, the pecorino and the gorgonzola. Now this is our risotto, okay? So this is what we're gonna do now. Got still liquid at the bottom there. We're gonna add the butter. The butter now is nice and soft. And we stir, okay? We want to stir until the butter melts. This is very important. The butter is gonna turn into cream, okay? Once I put the pecorino. Oh, look at that. The butter is doing a very important job. The butter, it is a must for this recipe. The cream without the cream. Perfect. Okay, so now butter disappeared. What do we do now? We're going to add the pecorino cheese. We add the pecorino cheese and we're gonna add some gorgonzola here, okay? You use as much as you want. You can use blue cheese if you don't have gorgonzola, okay? Here we have gorgonzola. Now stir, and the gorgonzola will make this even creamier. A lot creamier. Look how creamy this is. Have you ever seen a risotto so creamy? Huh? Be honest. Have you? Look how creamy. Look at this. Oh my God, this is a cacio e pepe and carbonara combination. Oh my God, this is a risotto that will make any carbonara and cacio e pepe lovers jealous. This is the creamiest thing I ever made. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Come on, time to eat. Now, before we serve, put a little bit of salt, just a pinch, a nice amount of pepper. We stir, and then we serve. Come on. Now, to serve this beautiful risotto from Veneto, we're gonna use a large spoon and we place the risotto in the middle of the plate, just like that. Beautiful. Then what do you do here? You don't spread with the spoon. You basically put your hands at the bottom and you just do this. This also proves how creamy it is, see? And that's how you spread your beautiful risotto. How do we decorate it? Here I've got some extra radicchio to put on top. And this is what we're gonna use for decoration. Radicchio risotto is ready for you to be enjoyed, ladies and gentlemen. This is the radicchio risotto you have been waiting for. Oh yes, look how beautiful, look how sensational, look how creamy. Come on, let's eat it. It looks fantastic and I feel bad eating it. I feel bad, but we need to try, okay? Look how, look at the creaminess, look at the creaminess, look at the creaminess. See the creamy over there? See that cream over there? That's because of the starch released by the rice, because of the butter, because of the gorgonzola, the pecorino. Look at that, look at that. And believe it or not, you do use a fork to eat rice, not a spoon. You ready? Creamy, that kick of gorgonzola. You don't like blue cheese, you don't like gorgonzola, don't use it, but it would be a shame if you don't. This is sensational. Wow. Wow, an explosion of creaminess into my mouth. Every bite I eat is creamier than the previous one. It gets creamier and creamier. What can I say? Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. I will see you in the next Vincenzo's Plate video recipe. Please tell me in the comment below, what recipe do you want me to make? E ora si mangia. Vincenzo's Plate. Thank you and buon appetito. Yum!